Hi friends, welcome back to my channel The Saffron Box. I'm Yamini Sharma and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the retrograde Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. So Saturn was in the sign of Aquarius. It came into retrogression in the month of June, and within the sign of Aquarius it was retrograding. And now, while being retrograde in motion, Saturn has entered the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn and Aquarius, as we all know, are both Saturnian signs. Saturn owns these two signs. So Saturn has now entered Capricorn on the 12th of July, and it is going to be here retrograde in motion till the 23rd of October. And then thereafter it becomes direct and finally exits the sign of Capricorn, enters Aquarius in January 2023. And thereafter Saturn will revisit Capricorn after about 28-29 years, somewhere in 2049. So this is going to be a long time, Saturn coming back to its own sign. First of all, Capricorn, and then thereafter Aquarius. So Saturn being retrograde here, number one, gets a lot of cheshta bal. Whenever a planet is retrograde in motion, there's a lot of increase in strength, because remember, it is going back to do the things which got left behind, and now it's going back to close those things. So it's like, you were leaving your house, and now you suddenly forget, that maybe you have left something important behind. You have to come back, collect it, check up the house, and then leave again. So it's something similar to that. That was a very common example, right? So Saturn here is revisiting the sign of Capricorn to make us do those things which have got left behind, which need closure, which need revisiting from our end. So you have to see where the sign of Capricorn is falling in your chart vis-a-vis your ascendant. And thereafter you have to see what all does it represent, which house does it fall in, what all is it representing, and what is it that is unfinished, what is it that has not been closed properly, that has not got its full closure. So Saturn here is going to make us do that. Saturn is going to make us close the matters of this particular house, and there's a long time. We are getting quite a lot of time to revisit the matters. Now these matters can be on various planes, emotional matters, financial matters, they can be physical matters. So there are, matters on all planes will now be revisited by us. It's a good opportunity for us to do so, and then thereafter use this energy of Saturn being in the sign of Capricorn, coming back to the sign of Capricorn. Now Saturn coming back to the sign of Capricorn also has a double signification, because Capricorn is by default the 10th house of the Kalpurush Kundli of the natural horoscope. And remember, after the Lagna, the 10th house is the most important house. 10th house has the maximum strength. It is one of the Kendra house. It is the Karam Sthan. It is the house naturally owned by Saturn. It is an Artha house. So a lot of energy. Remember, this is the house where, this is the sign where Mars exalts, right? So a lot of energy, or a lot of drive, a lot of action which we do comes from the 10th house, comes from the sign of Capricorn. So you have to see how this particular revisiting by Saturn is going to affect your chart, is going to affect your life, right? So Saturn here also becomes important for those who are running a Sarasati of Saturn, who are running a Mahadasha or an Antardasha or a Kantak Shani, Ashtam Shani. So it becomes very important that you make use of the Saturnian energies. Also remember one thing, that Saturn is a very solid planet. When I say solid, I'm not talking about the physical form. Saturn delivers whatever it has to deliver, right? So whatever it has promised you, whatever your chart is promising to you, Saturn will definitely deliver it. It's a planet which represents labor, which represents hard work, and it keeps its promises. So Saturn is a very, very important planet, Avashyam Bhavi planet in our horoscope. And it is very important, and I say this to everybody during my consultations, etc. as well, that keeping in line with Saturnian energy is very, very important. Because if you don't get blessed by Saturn, remember, you won't get something which is already promised to you by the universe. Saturn has to bless you, right? So I really have a lot of respect and a lot of I really honor this planet Saturn, because without Saturn, see, we will not be able to do any hard work, we will not be able to achieve anything, we will not be able to consistently be on our goals. And that is something which is very important. If you have to do something, if you have to achieve something, only when you abide by the ways of Capricorn, by the ways of, when you do your 10th house duties properly, that is when the next house, that is the 11th house, or the sign of Aquarius, the by default sign of Aquarius in the national horoscope, only then will you be able to enjoy the fruits or enjoy the labh after the karma. So for enjoying the fruits, you have to put in your karma. You will reap what you have sown. So that's why the very important houses of Capricorn, very important signs of Capricorn and Aquarius, or the 10th bhava and the 11th bhava, come under Saturn, because it is going to make you work for it, and then finally it will reward you also. Whatever is due to you will come to you. But yes, there are certain things. Saturn is a planet of limitations. Saturn is a planet which is slow. So, but it is consistent. It keeps going on. So whether the fruit, the fruit might take a little time to reach you, but it will definitely come. Saturn represents iron. So something which, something which is going to be very solid, something which is going to definitely come, and when it comes to you, it stays for you very, very long, right? So that is why the Saturnian energy is extremely important, and we need to see whenever Saturn is uh, you know uh, blessing us, whenever Saturn is retrograde in motion, again these energies become amplified. So it's important that we actually focus on whatever it's trying to tell us. So now I'll go ahead with the sign wise analysis of all the 12 signs. I'll begin with Aries, I'll go till Pisces. You can check the timestamps also, which I always put in all my videos. And in case you haven't subscribed, do remember to subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video, and share the video if you really like it, if you want to share it with your friends and family, right? So I'll begin with Aries and I'll go up till Pisces. So for Aries, if you see, Saturn is going to be Saturn rather has entered your 10th house and the sign of Capricorn. And from here, Saturn is going to be aspecting the 12th house, the 4th house, and the 7th house. So one, it has come to a Kendra Bhava, and it is going to be affecting the entire Kendra. Remember, any planet in the Kendra is affecting the whole Kendra. Kendras are the pillars, right? So Saturn has come here to make you pull up your socks, to move towards your karma, to take action, to do your duties. So if there's anything which you have not been able to finish, if there's anything which you have been aiming to do but not been able to focus on, it could be your duties at work, it could be your duties towards your home, towards your partner. Especially for the Aries ascendant, that this becomes extremely important, because Saturn here has come to actually help you, strengthen the foundation of your life, strengthen your karma, strengthen your relationship, strengthen your things at home. So it's very, very important that you use this energy, because this energy is going to help you elevate yourself as well. Saturn here will be able to get you your due. Whatever was due to you, whatever got left behind, it could be name, fame, it could be a recognition at your workplace, it could be a recognition for the person you are, for the kind of things which you do. So all these things are going to be highlighted. It is very important that you take good guidance. You will get a chance for good guidance, especially for those who are looking at educational pursuits, who are looking at starting up a new venture or something like that. Some wise person can step in and help you out. You could get the help of a mentor. Saturn also from here, remember, aspects the 12th house. So a Trik Bhava is also getting affected. And with this, there could also be a little curb or a little check on the way you're spending your energy, on the way you're spending your money as well. So remember, wherever you're putting in energy, Saturn is trying to save up your energy for doing something good, for making you go towards the basic pillars of your life. Right? Then I move on to the next sign, which is Taurus. Now for Taurus, Saturn is going to be in the ninth house where the sign of Capricorn is, and from here it is going to be aspecting the 11th house of gains. Remember, 11th house also has the sign of Pisces, and Jupiter is also there. Jupiter, which is very important for the 11th house. Jupiter is again a karak of the 11th house. So Saturn here aspects the sign of Pisces, the 11th house in your birth chart. It aspects the 3rd house as well as the 6th house. So 2 Upche Bhavas also. In fact, all the Upche Bhavas, 3, 6 and 11. So here, this is a very good opportunity to seek guidance, to upscale yourself in case you feel that you're not fully equipped or not fully ready to take on things. This is a time to go back to basics, go back to your teachers, seek guidance, go back to your mentors, brush up your skills, and make sure that you're not lacking behind, that you're not that you know your beans, in a nutshell. So you know your beans. That is when you will get full value of your worth. That is when the world will recognize you, and that is how your gains will also come through, right? This is also a time to put in more effort in your relationships with your father, with your siblings. This is a very good opportunity to do so. Also, your daily routine will also have to be checked. So, take the support of your father, take the support of your guides. A lot of, see, we ourselves are our guide. If you're able to understand the messages of the universe, if you're able to understand what kind of energy is good or bad for us, you become a guide for yourself. And obviously, you know what you have to achieve. So know yourself better. Plan for the future with the help of, these basic pillars. Your basic knowledge, support of your guides, your daily routine, how you're spending your energy, whom are you mingling with. All these things will have to be in check while Saturn is in the ninth house. This is an excellent opportunity to actually plan your future with the help of wise people. Then I move on to the next sign of Gemini. Now for Gemini, you see Saturn is going to be there in your 8th house in the sign of Capricorn, and from here it aspects the 10th house, it aspects the 2nd house and the 5th house. So here, remember the wealth angle, the 2nd house and the 8th house, your money and your partner's money, your money and others' money. This axis is getting activated. Some tinkering is happening over there, right? So remember that this is also the house of your savings, or the in-laws, the partner's family, etc. So there are so many significations. Each house has so many things contained within itself. But the 2nd and 8th axis can actually make you deal with some family disputes or any problems with in-laws, etc. Do remember that in case you are undergoing a bad patch in your marriage, or there is something which is not going well with your marriage, your dealings are all right here. So Saturn here is going to be helping you to deal with matters, relationship issues, etc., or family money issues with a lot of maturity. So this is something which you'll have to really work on. Some of you can also get a break from your job. So you might feel that, now is the time to quit this job and maybe look for something else. So these kind of things can also happen with Saturn in the 8th. So that is something which you need to see. This break can be for the good. This, after this break, if in case you're taking a break, there are very high chances of break, by the way, for people who are employed, or for people who are already in that phase of looking around for a new role or a new organization, etc., those who are employed. So you'll have to use your creativity, you'll have to sharpen up your communication skills, etc. So that is important for the Gemini natives, for the Gemini ascendants. Also, this is a great time to change yourself, bring those transformations, bring those changes within yourself which you had been thinking about but maybe not being able to carry out, right? So 8th house is of transformations, it's of changes, and Saturn here actually brings about a lot of changes. It's actually telling you to change yourself, to deal with the world around you in a better way. So whatever changes you wanted to bring about yourself, you wanted to maybe become a better become a more spiritual person, let go of old energies, try to meditate a bit, try to go towards a spiritual side. This is an excellent time to do so. Then I move on to the next sign of Cancer. So if you're a Cancer ascendant or a Cancer lagna, Saturn is going to be in the 7th house in the sign of Capricorn, and from here it directly aspects the lagna, it aspects the 9th house, it aspects the 4th house. So in your case, again, Kendras are affected, and a trinal house, the 9th house, a very important house, is also affected, right? So here there is a good opportunity for you to focus on what you want to do for others, a lot of focus on relationships, a lot of work on relationships. If your marriage requires work, if your marriage requires consistent effort, this is an excellent time to do it. This is a good time to bridge up things between you and your partner. This could also be a time of reckoning for those people who are undergoing a separation, or those who wish to separate. So there could be some major turnarounds which can happen out here, right? Then there could also be Saturn here also gets Digbal. gets a lot of directional strength. So here Saturn is becoming very, very important for you. It is getting Cheshtable being retrograde, and it is getting Digbali, getting directional strength as well. It's in the 7th house. So here there is a lot of strong energy which you have to see. A lot of I would say a lot of energy which helps you in maturing up in dealing with relationships, dealing with the domestic matters, things at home. A lot of you would also get an opportunity to look at land, look at agricultural land specifically, or look at property, etc. Things related to land, things related to soil. You get a lot of opportunity to work on all this, getting back to the roots, going back to your mother, heeding your mother's advice. So these kind of things can actually come to the surface. Also be a little cautious with regard to your mother's health. Pay attention to your mother. Spend some more time with your mother. That is something which I definitely see. Those of you who are in the property business or in the business of construction, oil, drilling, these kind of things, or machinery, could also see some major breakthroughs during this particular retrogression of Saturn. Then I move on to the next sign of Leo. Now for Leo, you see Saturn is in the 6th house in the sign of Capricorn, and from here it is aspecting the other two Trik Bhavas. So being in the 6th is a Trik Bhava, it's a Dvasthana, and from here it's aspecting the 8th and the 12th house, and also the 3rd house with its 10th aspect. So remember that all the malefic houses, Saturn is transferring its energies to all the malefic houses. But Saturn is the 6th in an Upchaya house. 6th is also an Upchaya Bhava. So while the 6th house shows obstacles, it also shows you opportunity to crack through the obstructions, crack through the obstacles, jump through the obstacles and achieve more. So this is a good time to do so. Break your daily habits, break anything, break any old pattern which is not serving you well. Let go of it. So whenever there are important planets transiting through the Trik Bhavas, this is something which I have definitely seen. So people who are into any kind of a habit, say a smoking habit, or too much of drinking, or anything, any kind of addiction, or any habit which is not good for them. It could be eating too many sweets, it could be sleeping for too long, being very lazy, anything which is not very healthy for you. Whenever planets in the Trik Bhavas are there, it's a good opportunity for you to change. So please use this opportunity and let go of any old habits, any old patterns which don't serve you well. So this is a good time to transform also, and this is a good time to put in hard work, because once this Saturnian energy is being utilized. Saturn, see, remember, is aspecting the 3rd house also. So a lot of initiative, responsibility you can take, new responsibilities, new initiatives you can take towards the future. Do take care of your health in case you have any issues, any old health problems. Remember to take care of yourself. Remember to donate from time to time. If anything has to be paid out to others, remember to be on time to pay it out. Clear your dues on time. Clear your dues towards your help, towards your subordinates, your staff also on time, right? Then I move on to the next sign of Virgo. So for Virgo, you see Saturn is coming in the 5th house, a trinal house, and Saturn is a very important planet for you. It holds the ownership of the 5th house, right? And from here it's going to be aspecting the 7th house, the 11th house, and the 2nd house. So a time to put a lot of your thoughts into action. Something which was due for you for a very long time, you could gain. Financial gains can come through. Something which was pending for a very long time, or those of you who had invested somewhere and maybe your investment was not doing well, or you were not getting good returns. Now is the time, maybe all these things can actually come back to you. Money which was lost can actually get recovered. So good time for this. Reflect on your business opportunities, on any new investments you want to do. Please make sure that you check the check what you are getting into. Get proper guidance and do it. If you are it also depends on what kind of dasha you're running. So if your dashas are supporting you, a lot of your investments can come through very well. So you have to see the promise in your chart also. So these transit will give the results of whatever has already been promised in your chart. So now transits deliver it. So if your chart is promising you good gains during this time, this is the time when the gains will come through, right? So also this transit is going to help you mature up in terms of your thoughts, how you carry out your plans, how you handle your money, how you put your creativity into action. All these things will get amplified. This is a good opportunity where you step up your thinking, step up the way you deal with all these things. Good opportunity for those who are going in for higher educational pursuits as well. Also, in case you have any plans of getting married, or stepping up your relationship goals, this is also a time when all these things are highly possible. Then I move on to the next ascendant of Libra. So if you're a Libra ascendant or a Libra rising, Saturn is in the 4th house of Capricorn and aspecting the 6th house, the 10th house and the Lagna. So remember again, for Libra is also a movable or a Char sign. So here the entire Kendra is affected. In case anything was got left out because you have been under some stress, under duress of performing your duties, running around too much, any 4th house matter which was left behind, now is the time when you can get the fruits of the 4th house matters. Or anything which was long pending in your mind, which was consuming up a lot of your emotions, a lot of your emotional energy. Now you can, get some clearing of that emotional energy. This is a good time to clear up any emotional baggage. Sort out your feelings, sort out your emotions, sort out your relationship with your mother in case you don't enjoy a very good relationship with your mother. So this is a time to sort out all these things which cause you unhappiness. Excellent opportunity, right? So you have about 5-6 months while Saturn is here in the sign of Capricorn, right? So this energy, how you're spending your emotional energy, how you're investing your emotional energy also has to be seen. And also in case there is some conflict which you're dealing with, there's some disputes which you're dealing with, I think this is the time when your hard work towards resolving it is going to increase. Now matters related to land, property, vehicles, unfinished matters, this is a time to clear up those matters. This is a time where you will see some action. Saturn, remember, is your yoga karak planet. And if Saturn is well placed in your Janam Kundli, in your birth chart, this is a time where Saturn is going to drive those results home. So again, focus on work, focus on yourself. All these events are going to bring in a lot of maturity, lot of growth, mentally. So that is something which is, I take it as a very important transit, very important moment of Saturn for the Libra ascendant. So make use of this opportunity. Make sure that you're breaking any old habits. Saturn is aspecting the 6th house as well. So let go of any old habits, any unwanted stuff, right? Then I move on to the next sign of Scorpio. So for Scorpio, Scorpio rising, Scorpio ascendant, Saturn is in the 3rd house. And from here it aspects the 5th house, the 9th house, as well as the 12th house. So Saturn is aspecting two trines. Trines are very, very important. Trines again are, they talk about our luck factor, they talk about our future plans, etc. While Kendras are the pillars, right? So trines are called the Lakshmi Sthan as well. That is the reason why they are called the Lakshmi Sthan. So here, it is a time to be more responsible. Any responsibilities you had towards your siblings, towards your father, or there is something which you are engaged in, there's some charity, there is some act of donation, etc., or some seva which you are engaged in, which you had forgotten, long forgotten. Get back to it. Take more responsibility selflessly, and you'll see growth. Use your mind in a creative manner. That is very important for the Scorpio ascendant. Put your thoughts into action. Think long term. Those of you who have a pending travel plan, your travel plans could take place, could fructify now. If you're looking at abroad settlement, etc., these things could also shape up now. This is also an opportunity where you can work on curtailing expenditure. Check your monetary state, curtail expenditure, right? So these are the important things which the Scorpio ascendant can actually take care of. So while though Saturn is in the 3rd house, Saturn being in the 3rd anyways gives a lot of push to your initiatives, to how you shoulder responsibilities, etc., but it is affecting the trinal houses as well. So you have to do things keeping the future in mind. Then I move on to the next ascendant of Sagittarius. So if you're a Sagittarius rising or a Sagittarius ascendant, Saturn is retrograde in the 2nd house of Capricorn, and from here it is aspecting the 4th house, the 8th house, as well as the 11th house. So remember your Dhan and Labh houses, your house of accumulation, savings, and your house of gains are getting affected. In case there is anything which has which has got missed, which has not been paid to you, which has any financial recovery, any financial matters has not got closed till now, this is the time when it will get closure. So revisit your finances. Check where all your finances need a resettlement or need some checking by you. You might also have to learn some new ways to handle your finances, or new investments, or put in your money in a way which works for you. So some new ideas can come, new gains can come your way. So utilize this time. Saturn is also aspecting the 4th house. So this is also a time to do things which make you happy. Put in effort which make you happy, which bring you joy, right? So that is something which is important, especially for the Sagittarius ascendant, because you've just had 2 years back only you had this Saturn exiting out of Sagittarius, and now it's, for some it's the end of Sarasati also, especially if your moon sign is Sagittarius, moon is in Sagittarius, etc. So there is a lot of opportunity now to come out of a time of high pressure or stress and do things which make you happy. Time to rebond with your mother, time to rebond with your family, right? So a lot of things on your hands. This, I would say, is a very productive time. Here Saturn will make you value your time and your money. So you do that. Saturn aspects the 8th house also. So with the 8th house also, there can be matters related to insurance, or inheritance, etc., or some of you who are in occult, etc., they can also see a lot of things shaping up for themselves or spend more time in these matters. Then I move on to the next sign, which is Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn ascendant or a Capricorn rising, Saturn is coming to your ascendant, and from here it is going to be aspecting the third house, the seventh house, as well as the 10th house. So again, your kendras are getting affected, your third house is getting aspected. So here, this is a time, when Saturn is coming back to your ascendant, and especially for you, for the Capricorn ascendant, where the Saturn is your ascendant lord, is the driving force in your life, is your Lagnesh. Here, there'll be a lot of focus on how you're maturing up. There'll be events, there'll be happenings which mature you as a person. So you gain emotional maturity. Keep your mind and heart open to more experiences. But remember, Saturn in the Lagna can also give you various opportunities, various occasions where you feel lonely. Remember, Saturn is, Saturn brings in other shades of loneliness and solitude also. Saturn likes solitude, etc. So here, this is a time to spend time on yourself, spend time on your actions, on your thoughts, spend time alone. Take care of your responsibilities, take care of your karma. Saturn here in the Lagna is a major boost to finish up all the unfinished tasks in your life. Whatever you had been procrastinating, whatever is due to be done by you, please focus on that, because now this kind of a transit is not going to come for a very, very long time. It will be here. Saturn will be back in Capricorn after so many years, after almost 29 years. So this is a time where you should actually watch your karma, strengthen up your willpower, and I would say I would not focus on one or two areas. I would say this is a time to overhaul your life patterns, overhaul your life as such, to your karma towards your relationships. Take care of your relationships, take care of your work profile as well. Good opportunity to bond with your partner as well, or in case you're looking at any business in partnership, any new venture, this is a good opportunity for that as well. Then I move on to the next sign of Aquarius. Now for Aquarius, Saturn is going to be in the 12th house, and from there it aspects the second house, the 6th house, as well as the 9th house. So here I think this is a time to, Saturn is also your Lagnesh, remember. So this is a time where Saturn is revisiting your 12th house. 12th house is a house of letting go, right? It's a moksha house. It's in the moksha trine as well. So Saturn here makes you let go of whatever is not serving you anymore. Get rid of old unwanted patterns, old unwanted energy. Something which is not serving you, just let it go. If a relationship is not working well, stop wasting time, stop wasting your efforts, in that relationship. So go on, break the pattern. Concentrate on your family matters, concentrate on your wealth. Make sure that your expenditures are not going overboard. This is also a good time when Saturn is there in the 12th to curb your expenditures. Saturn gives you that wisdom, right? So, and concentrate on your daily work schedule, on your health, medical checkups. For a lot of you, medical checks will be due. So take care of your overall health patterns, overall, take care of your medical tests, etc. Whatever is due, do it on time. There could be expenditure on medical or legal stuff, especially if it was going on for a very long time. Now there might be a spurt in expenditure and it closes down after that, right? Saturn also aspects the ninth house. So higher education, relationship with your gurus, with your mentors, etc. also come into play. Take some spiritual guidance, spend time in some retreats, some faraway places, spend time in nature to know yourself, to dispel negativity around yourself, and recharge yourself. Recharge. So while by the time Saturn comes into Aquarius in your lagna, this will be a wonderful opportunity. You can come up with renewed energy. Then we move on to the next sign of Pisces. So if you are a Pisces rising or a Pisces ascendant, Saturn is going to be in the 11th house, aspecting the lagna, aspecting the 5th house as well as the 8th house. See, remember 11th house, any planet going through the 11th house gives good results, triggers your labh or your gains, right? So here they could be this, and it is also aspecting the lagna, so that is something which is a major plus point. So use your creativity, use yourself to look at your gains, right? They could be matters which are long forgotten, old money, time invested in research and development. If you are a student in research and development, if your work involves some kind of research, if you're in the oil sector, if you're an occultist, if you're in the adventure industry, if you're in banking, etc. So here could be a time when you get to focus on all these things. All these things yield some positive result for you. Long forgotten investments can come back. This is the time to concentrate on your relationship with your children. Work on them. Gains can come for your children. And overall, this is a time to put in effort. Use your creativity. Use your creativity towards your gains. Use your networking skills. But here again, remember, Saturn is a planet of limitations. So while you like to use your networking skills, like to move around and see, your increase your professional circle, there might be a chance that you come across some people whom you have to let go. So here Saturn makes you become a little selective with, regarding whom you interact, whom you let go, whom you increase your interaction with. This transit can also affect your relationship with your elder siblings, with your professional circles overall, right? So this is overall, this is a good time for the Pisces ascendant. I would say that use your creativity, focus on your children, and deal with any pending old matters. Okay, so this can actually give you good results in the long run. So that was all about the 12 signs, the 12 ascendants, and about the retrograde motion of Saturn, which is lasting from the 12th of July till the 23rd of October. And I'll meet you very soon in another video. Till then, God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.